Hey guys, so my name is Heather Bullock. I am the director of the Nautical Knots, represent. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about getting out of your inner circles. So when you first join Scentsy, regardless if you even run your business, like on Facebook mainly, you start with your friends and your family. And then what happens is we kind of get stuck in that inner circle. Or maybe you do what I did. Hi Caitlin. Maybe you do what I did, which is I promoted to director in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hey Kayla. And then I moved to Holden Beach. And literally when I came here, like if you were in Fayetteville, you know, like almost everyone at least knows what Scentsy is. There are those who don't, so never assume everyone does. But there are a lot of people who at least know what it is. And then so I came here to Holden Beach. It's like Supply, Brunswick area. And literally they didn't even know what Scentsy was. Now when I first joined Scentsy, and I was living in Fayetteville, like Scentsy was still pretty new. And so I still had to like tell people what it was when I was there. But before I moved, I had built up this big customer base, and my team is mainly out of Fayetteville. And then I moved here, and I would be like, oh yeah, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And they would be like, what is that? And I was like, well, it's warmers, wax bars. It's super safe for your home. It doesn't have a bunch of chemicals in it. It's easy so it's safe for you to inhale. My kids have made the laundry products before. We have cleaning supplies and room sprays, and it's just really good. Do you want a sample? And then you're just like, they're like, whoa. And so I guess my first tip, if you're in an area where a lot of people don't know what it is, or just even if someone does know what it is, come up with what you're going to tell people that Scentsy is. For me, I say, oh yeah, I run a business out of my house. And they're like, well, what is that? And then I say, it's actually a fragrance company. We have warmers and wax, and I would love to get you a sample if you'd like to try it. You don't have to like run them down with information, but the more that you're practicing it, the easier it's going to be for you to tell somebody what it is. So that's the first thing that I really, really think that you should do. And the next part is results take time. So no matter what of this that you guys start implementing into your business, you can't expect yourself to go out and do something and then come home with all these new customers and parties booked and just a rockin' almost superstar director. And this is all personal, like experience based. I'm not just like, I did a bunch of research. Like this is what I went through. A lot of the things that I did took at least a month to get really implemented into what I was doing so I could see if it was working or if it wasn't working. And what worked for me here may not work for you there, but I'm going to tell you all the stuff that I've done. I've had at least one customer off of most of it, but I'm super excited to get started. So just remember though, no matter what you decide to do for your business to expand yourself, that it's going to take longer than for you to go do it one time. It's going to take at least a month, and then you can be like, okay, was this income producing? Was it worth my time? Was it worth my money? Did I get the results I was looking for? If not, what results did I get, if any? And then if it's not working, stop flipping doing it. Don't keep doing the same thing that's not working because you thought it was going to. So, results take time. Number 2 is you have to follow up with everyone you meet. And you're going to hear that word a lot, and I know you've probably heard that word a lot, and that's because it's true. It doesn't matter if you met Sandy Sue on the street. If you don't follow up with Sandy Sue isn't going to order from you unless she really, really likes it. And you'll get like 1 out of 5 that are like that, and they just need to go ahead and join your team. So remember that no matter what you do, no matter how many people you meet, you're going to want to follow up with them and get yourself a system that's going to work for you, even if that's just texting them immediately after you give them something. Hey, just got your number, want to shoot you a text, let you know this is Heather Bullock. I just gave you that sample. Let me know what you think when you get home. Number 3 is following the buy, host, join. Literally from the time that I joined Scentsy, which was 5 years ago now. I think that's pretty cool. Following the buy, host, join unintentionally in the beginning and then realizing that was actually what Scentsy teaches. Is really, really important. It's really hard for someone who's never even heard of Scentsy for you to try to get them to host a party. And it's also really hard for you to get someone to join your team. Is it possible? Abso-freaking-lutely it's possible to get someone to host a party and join your team if they've never bought it before. I've done it plenty of times. But what I will tell you is that it's a heck of a lot harder for you to explain to them what Scentsy is, to get them to be a good host, to get them to be a knowledgeable consultant if they don't know what it is from the get-go. And so following the buy, host, join is actually going to make your process so much easier because I'm pretty sure that 90% of you are on this star and above page because you want to build teams and you want to keep moving through your business. And so therefore your end goal should always be for someone to join your team. So if I give you a sample, that's great if you want to buy a $6 bar. Awesome. It's going to be even more cool if you decide to host a party and I make $300 off of it. Awesome. But what I really want you to do is to join my team so that maybe one day you'll be a director and then maybe one day I'll be a superstar director and making however much they make. I don't even really know. But so your end goal, especially if you're on this page, should be for them to join your team. And so you want to be doing things that are going to make them want to join your team. And so following the buy, host, join is super important. It's going to make your life so much easier. I don't like these lines and how they're going through my head. That's better. All right. Boom. All right. So events. So everyone, when they think of, oh, I need to expand, the first thing their mind goes to is events. And yes, events are super important. You can meet like 300 people at a massive event. The problem with that is events aren't just these huge things that you have to go and buy all this product for and get all this supplies for and all these raffle tickets and make thousands of samples and all this craziness that overwhelms us and then we kind of shut down. Events are not just big events. Big events are good. I'm not saying that. But they're not just these huge things. Events can be stuff like going to your local gym and setting up a table there with a couple other vendors. What? Really? Mommy's doing something. Can you go watch your Gigantosaurus? I'll be in there in a minute. I love you. All right, so events don't have to just be these huge, massive things. They can be small, local things. When we moved here, I joined the local gym, which was Gold's Gym, but now it's called True Fit. I got on really tight with the gym manager because that place is popping. Like, that is the place that people go in this community. That's where they go to go do things. I don't know. It's like popping. Everybody goes there. And it's a tourist area as well. And so a lot of tourists will go there because True Fit Gym is set up in a way that if you go to True Fit Gym here and then you go visit Florida, you can go to the True Fit Gym in Florida. Very good. But so it brings in a lot of people from other states and other counties and other cities and whatever. So I got in really tight with the gym manager. I was like, yo, can I set up a warmer to, make the armpits not smell as bad in here? And she was like, that's cool. Yeah, do it. And so I set up a warmer. And then with the warmer, I always refill this little cute basket. And then inside that basket is the warmer of the month, some samples, and they can just take that. Now, the main thing with that is you want to be able to follow up with them. Like I said, following up is so vital to your business. And so having a raffle box for them to fill in their name and their address and their city, their state, their zip, their phone number, their email, and heck, go ahead and ask them what they're interested in. And so having that set up and being tight with the manager so that she'll actually be like, hey, yeah, go fill out this slip is super important. So gym events, you can go set up your local gym. You can go, if you have kids in school, or if you don't have kids in school, it doesn't really matter. You can donate stuff to the Santa shops that they do during Christmas time, or if you know of a fundraiser they're going to do, you can really get yourself implemented into that. Go join the PTA. I tried doing that literally to expand my business. I'm not PTA material. Just so we're clear, but you might be, and if you are, cool, go do that. And then go throw Scentsy all up in there whenever you can. 5Ks, you can go run a local 5K or walk it or stroller it or walk your dog amongst the people and be handing out samples with your information on there. The main thing though is when you give someone a sample, not to just throw it at them and run away as fast as you can. You need to be making sure that you're doing things where you're actually having a conversation with them and you're building that relationship so that when you hand them, I love you too, boo, so that when you hand them that sample, you actually have something to follow up with other than, hey, I forgot to get your number! Or you just let a sample go out the door and God knows how much that costs to make, right? So you don't want to, that's the other part, is you don't want to get yourself into this habit of putting out all this Scentsy money and then not making money back. And I'm going to get to that more in a minute. And the next part is you can go to different boutiques and you can do little pop-ups where you just go in, maybe have some wine or some water and orange juice. And as people come into this boutique that they're going to go into anyway, and then they can just, as they're shopping, they can shop with you and just go ahead and have cute stuff set up that looks boutique-ish. And bam, you're good. The the focus doesn't have to be, okay, so yes, so the focus at events doesn't always have to be selling cash and carry. If it's a small event, so you didn't drop $150 to do it, you haven't had to buy $1,000 worth of product, and so you can go to this where you're not out a bunch of money, then it doesn't have to be all cash and carry where you're just like giving away all your stuff. Like when I go step at the gym, people are going to the gym to go to the gym. They didn't come to walk out with a warmer. Facts. When someone goes into their kid's school, they didn't come to get a warmer, they came to pick up their kid for their doctor's appointment. So don't think that you need to have all this cash and carry in order to do an event either. You can set an event up like a home party with a bunch of people that you don't freaking know. And so you can do that by talking to people as they come up, having your as small as stuff as your starter kit and what came in that. And if you got Shooting Star, heck yeah, you just got a buttload of product to add to that. And so you can set it up just like you would a home party, and as people are coming through, you're meeting them, you're greeting them, they're getting to know you a little bit more, you're building that relationship, and then you're having them fill out your drawing slip. Super important. Why? Because now they know you, they've met you, you've left, you've got to know them, and then you're going to follow up with them with this awesome raffle slip. And after they give you the raffle slip, on the back of it, that's what I didn't do. That's because it's my kid's teacher. We're going to get to that in a minute too. But, so on the back of the raffle slip, I would write, Susan, little Timmy is in Anna's class, loves Sunkissed Citrus. Just something where you can reference so that when you call them, because they just talk to one person, you're going to talk to like 70, 80, 100, I don't know. And so you're not going to be able to just remember the name. But if you write down something that will help trigger your memory of who they are, then when you call them, you're going to be sounding like a friend, not a sales rep. And it's not going to feel like a cold call. It's going to feel like a check-in with a friend that you just met and that y'all want to get coffee. And you're going to go get coffee so that she can buy some warmers. And she's going to buy a warmer so that then she can host a party to get her wax for free. And then after she hosts her party, she's going to join your team so that she can make money off that wax that she's getting for free and what her friends are going to who are already buying, because we're moving them through buy, host, join, and building relationships and then following up. All right. So I'm just going over my notes to make sure I stay on topic. So focusing on selling, booking, and sponsoring. Why are you eating a bag? That's not something to eat, buddy. That's wax. Hashtag Scentsy safe for toddlers. No. Hey, boy. Smell the bars. Look, go smell those. Right there, on the floor. Go smell those, because you're bringing back bars. Yeah. Smell them. Okay, so, and having a raffle box is important, which I just told you a second ago. Raffle slips are amazing, and they're in your Scentsy Success Store. Get one of your new recruits to get your Shooting Star. Get your raffle slips for free with your $25 in product credit that you get for every time someone on you hit Shooting Star. Number 5 is donating warmers to local businesses. So I've done that a lot. Anytime I go into a business that I go at least 3 times, by the 3rd time, I'm telling them I'm bringing in a warmer. Why? Because I've built that relationship with them. I'm supporting their business. Why would they not want to support mine? And I'm like, hey, can I go ahead and like bring in a warmer and like give it to you? And then like, you can like sell this warmer for me and blah, blah. No, I'm like, hey girl, I was wondering if I can bring in a warmer the next time I come in here for lunch. God knows I come in here a lot. So the next time I swing in, I'm going to bring you one of these really cool warmers. Of mine. And it's going to make your shop smell super good. And then when I come in, I set up the warmer for them. And then I drop my samples in a raffle box. I didn't ask to do all that. Because if I asked to do all that, they're like, no, I don't want to commit to something. So just ask that. No one's like, hey, get that raffle box down. And if they do, just take it down. But usually they don't care. So literally I have one in a sandwich shop. I have one in the gym, which you guys know. I have one in every single one of my kids' teachers' rooms. I have one in at least 2 different boutiques, a hair salon, and I'm working on a diffuser into the nail salon, but they're going to need to buy that. And so having those in there and then having the samples with a raffle box that you can follow up with people who are taking your samples is vital. Now, I will tell you that it took me at least a month, which I said earlier at Gold's Gym, which was the first place I set up a warmer at. And all of a sudden, I kept having like all these online orders. And I was like, how am I getting so many online orders? This is awesome. And then it finally like rang a bell. I was like, it's all the samples that I've been consistently dropping off at Gold's Gym. Now they're seeing it. They're continuously getting it because maybe they're more active in the gym than I am. And so they're seeing my face more. And so that's super important. And then getting into the community and making friends. So going and joining a mom's group if you're a mom. Going and joining a dog's group if you're a dog person. Going and, like at your local, like if you join a church, going in, donating your time there. Doing those things are how you're going to get your face into the community. No, that's trash.
No, Daddy.
You don't need that. You have the banana. What? Go get your cup real quick. Go get your cup. He hasn't had that in 6 days. He found one in my office, of course. Okay, but so you're going to want to go get out into the community and make friends. And in doing that and getting your face out there and becoming more personable and meeting people and being just open to talking to people is going to set you up to add them on Facebook. And if you're going to add them, hey Randy, if you add them onto your Facebook, you want your Facebook to be open for business. And so that when they go to my Facebook, they see Heather Bullock, Sensei Family Director, and they're like, I didn't even know she had a job. What? She's always here. How is she doing this? Whatever that is. And then they're going to go onto my Facebook wall and they're going to see pictures of my kids with warmers. And they're going to see me asking stuff like, what's your favorite scent? And when they comment on those things and when they like those pictures, regardless if they know it relates to my business, but I know it relates to my business, I'm going to follow up with every single like, love, wow, whatever. I'm going to follow up with every single person who makes a comment. I'm going to PM them, DM them, text them, I don't know, whatever else there is. Snapchat, Marco Polo, you know, whatever. And I'm going to get into that. And I'm going to be like, hey, I saw that you like this warmer. A picture that I posted with this warmer. I didn't know if you know this or not, but I actually sell those amazing things, and I would love to get one in your hands. Did you want to get that one, or is there one that you're interested in? You know, just getting that conversation going where you're following up with them. Will they place and want to right then and there? I don't know. I've had some do it. I've had some not do it. I've had some do it 2 months later. Like I said, your results are not going to be instant, but it is going to require you to get a little bit uncomfortable, to follow up with people, and to be intentional with the relationships that you're making. Make sure your social media is open for business. Don't be afraid to follow up. Okay, so now that you've got these people who you've met on the community, they're on your Facebook, they're liking your stuff, you're following up with them, they bought a warmer, we're going to get them to host a party, or we're going to get them to join your team. Again, it doesn't matter how you're getting your face out there, how you're meeting these new people. You're going to want to follow up with them, and you're going to move them through Buy, Host, Join. And second is my kids in school. Oh my gosh. So I didn't realize when Elizabeth joined kindergarten. I didn't realize when Elizabeth started going to kindergarten that it was going to be like this open heyday of customers. But again, we moved here where nobody really knows what it is. And so on the first day of school, I bring a warmer and I donate it to the classroom. And because, you know, they have the whole parent, teacher, meet you day. I bring that. I let them actually pick the warmer. So really I just bring a catalog and I bring some testers and I tell them to pick a warmer and I tell them to pick out 3 bars. And then I bring that to them, special delivery. I set it up in their classroom. And then from that point forward, I send them the warmer of the month and a sample every single time I send my kids lunch money in. In the nice highlighter envelope, they get that in there, and I'm sure that's a lot more fun to open than just money for someone else. Like, they get a little treat. That's exciting. I would love to do that if I was a teacher. And then guess what? I follow up to see if they liked that sample or not. And if they did, I get them to purchase the wax if they want to. And I have had both those teachers have placed an order outside of what I had donated to the classroom. And recently, when I sent in my little warm of the month flyer and sample, my daughter was like, Mom, put a raffle slip in there. And I was like, no, Anna, get out of my office. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I'll put a raffle slip in there. I'll tell them that if they get 3 other teachers to fill out a raffle slip, that I'll put all of them into a raffle and I'll raffle off the warmer. Now, side note, when I met Elizabeth's teacher, I was like, bro, she needs to join. You need to join my team. Like, this could be a thing. That's up here, but I already know what I'm doing when I'm making these relationships. And the more you get good at this, the more you're going to be like, dude, you need to join like tomorrow, like to now, like you can make buttloads of money. And so knowing that up here, and I sent in that raffle slip, you guys, she's already bought a warmer, and then, where's it at? She bought a warmer, and then I sent these raffle slips, and I got, the teachers did it, and I got 3 back from Elizabeth's teacher, which is the one I want to join, and then I got 2 back from Miss Huggins, who was actually Elizabeth's teacher last year in kindergarten, but is now Anna's teacher. And she actually just wrote on her slip for the party part, she actually wrote, okay, so this is Elizabeth's teacher. She marked that she wanted to host a party, which I already told you I wanted to join. So now she's bought a warmer. She's going to host a party. She's going to join before the school year ends, or at least by the first day next year. And then Miss Huggins, where did I put that one that I had earlier? Oh, yeah, I put it around the back of it. On hers, she wrote, that's not hers either. There we go. So on Anna's teacher, she wrote, not at this time. For any of it. She didn't just like check one. She just said this stuff not this time. Does that mean no? No. That means not this time. Awesome. I'll catch you next year. Right? And so those are just like ways of thinking outside the box and how to expand yourself without making it about you. Notice I was donating warmers to make the business smell good. I was volunteering my time so that I could get into my community and be a good Samaritan. And then adding people on Facebook. I'm sending you a raffle slip so that you could possibly get this awesome War of the Month for free. It's not about me. It's about the people that I'm meeting and how I can be and implement into their lives, because regardless of what you think, even if everyone knew what Scentsy was and like 20 billion whatever, everyone is still going to be buying something to make their house smell good. And people are going to fall off, and then that's going to make room for new people to join. Now, you can either be like, oh, it's everyone knows what it is, or nobody cares what it is, but it's not true. If they have a candle in their home, they want their house to smell good. And so your job is to make them see how Scentsy is better than all the other companies. If they're like, oh, it costs too much, well, host a party, get it for free, and if you can't afford it, join my team and get paid off of selling it. And get it for free. So don't get stuck on someone telling you no one time. Don't be afraid to follow up with them, and make sure that you're just getting yourself out there and that your Facebook or any social media platform that you're on is open for business. And Hudson, did you steal my notes?
Huh?
Where'd Mommy's notes go?
Nose?
No, not nose. Oh, that's a good one though. That's beach. All right, so let me make sure I hit up everything. Yep, so buy host, and I said again, buy host room, I just told you guys. So those are different ways that I have been implementing myself into this community that I'm in now, and it's working. It's taken time. We've been here for a year and a half now, I think. And so it didn't just happen overnight, but I was getting orders, and honestly I just got to the point where I was tired of having to follow up with all these people in Fayetteville and shipping and all that craziness. Like, I just want to hand someone their order, and I just want to give them a sample without having...
I'm tired.
Seriously?
I'm tired.
Don't do that. Without having to worry about all the other crud that goes along with it. And so it kind of just boiled down to, because I really just wanted to get people to join here, and I was like, I'm just going to focus on my customers back home and get them to buy. That was dumb. I was just being a scaredy cat and pregnant and self-conscious. But you can't be. You just got to be you, be yourself, go out, meet people, do what inspires you anyway. If you're like me and you like working with teenagers, go volunteer at the youth group and meet all their freaking parents. There's so many ways for you to implement yourself into the community. You just kind of got to think outside the box and honestly follow the buy, host, join, and not be afraid to follow up with everyone that you come in contact with. I'm here if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.